because oh my God, on YouTube it is the young or younger than me. When I say young, they can be anywhere under 50. But the producers and the channels out there, these people are incredible, men and women. I'm just feel very good and about what I've found on YouTube and the retail investors and the new breed of traders out there. I don't think a lot of business people, I don't even think a lot of people on TV that run these supposed financial channels, I don't think they fully understand it, or they don't understand it. They're starting to understand it, but it's just they need to spend some time and check out some of these YouTubers and just some of these influencers on the internet, and just to find out how savvy and how smart and how business-like the new traders and retail investors are. So good for you guys out there. I consider myself a new old retail trader because I'm sort of old, but I'm new at this too. I had done some trading back in the I'd say late 80s, early 90s, and guys, it was totally different than it is now. Or let me say, it was different in the sense that we had the retail trader, we were the dumb money because we had no knowledge compared to the market makers or the funds out there or the brokers on what was actually happening or what we could do, or mainly all the shenanigans and the manipulation that was going on. What we're seeing today with all this, again, this is just my opinion. I'll probably get my YouTube channel shut down before it even starts, is nothing new. This has been going on for maybe not exactly like this, but in essence, this, what's happening or what's going on with hedge funds, with market makers, with brokerage firms, this has been going on like this for decades, but what has helped shine a light on it is the technology. And all of you guys, or all the retail traders out there that are starting to become aware of it and starting to dig into it, and it's shining a big light on it. So I think what I'm trying to say is, if you understand that and you let that play into your decision making as far as your trading, and you do your research, and you still it's good to find out about fundamentals of companies, but it's also good to find out. I remember on this CNBC or whatever it was, on the Squawk Box crap, they were talking about, well, it's going to hurt the retail investors, don't know what they're doing, yada yada. So disingenuous crap, because they know what the hedge funds and stuff are doing, and they know how the markets are manipulated. But they didn't. They were, couching it like the retail investor was ignorant and they're going to get hurt. Well, yeah, but what they get hurt by is not because they're making a play in AMC or GameStop, because they're making that play because they understand what's going on with shorting and with with the manipulation and everything. That they just think, well, we're just doing it to make a buck. Duh. That's why everyone gets involved with it. For different reasons, but making money is always one of the main reasons in the forefront. But you just have to take it with a grain of salt or understand where they're coming from. There's this dude, Kramer, and I won't get on Kramer, but I even thought I like this guy. I think he's for. Please, I've seen videos of him now years back where he was explaining about he was a hedge fund guy, and I started doing a little research on him myself, and I thought, oh man, he understands exactly. So when he goes on saying that like the retail investor is wrong for doing this, or people should base it always on the fundamentals. Man, he did for years. He didn't base stuff, at least in my opinion and what I saw, maybe not on all his trades, but if he was a hedge fund dude and he was shorting, of course he didn't give a crap about. He was doing it to make money and to put him out of business, or if that was maybe that wasn't his intent, but for the most part he didn't give a crap, just like most of those people don't. So I may have got off the point here. But what I'm trying to say is understand that all of the shenanigans, I keep saying that word, but that's a good word for me, and or manipulation that's going on out there in the markets, that's part of the markets. And it always will be. Right now it's with hedge funds, and it's with everything we're finding out about how they shorted, and they have sort of carte blanche, or they did with the DTC, and the banks were letting them leverage out the wazoo, and now that all that's tightening up. So I think that's why, get back to AMC, that's why I think AMC, that's a second reason why, and a very good reason, that I think AMC has a very good chance of doing very well, as far as in at least the next few months, with their stock price going up, because I think there is going to be tightening of the credit markets. These shorts are going to have to cover, and or these shorters are going to have to cover their shorts, make the stock price drive up, or it should. But again, I believe the powers that be, they're going to be real careful with this. They see that, I think GameStop and AMC are one of the two companies left. There's a few others out there, but I think they're the two most prominent ones, and are in the position right now that they have the ability, or they'll be one of the last couple of times that we'll be able to see this type of possible squeeze, or gamma squeeze, or full-blown squeeze occur in this manner. And it still might not occur. The regulators, the SEC, the powers that be, they could step in, because what this is going to do for a little while, it's going to have a rippling effect in the markets. It's going to suck a lot of money out, this is my opinion, of the market, and it will be concentrated on AMC and GameStop if they start taking off again. And I believe that left alone, if the SEC and FINRA and all them do what they're supposed to do, and the regulators get involved and start combating all the shenanigans that are going on out there, of course that's what, in my opinion, that's what will happen with this stock, or with these stocks. But they have to be they're right now probably strategizing on how to do this. How far do they let this I won't say get out of control, but, or do they let this run, because they can't let it run infinitely, and they have to be careful on how it is, because again, when it affects the whole market, I don't know exactly, but I'm sure it will affect a lot of other people indirectly, because of the shenanigans that these hedge funds and these market makers and broker dealers have done, and also in the large part too because of the regulators who were not doing their job, or didn't understand it, which I still have a hard time believing that. I just think it got to be, it was like, I'll give them the I'll give them a break and say it was just a snowball and it's gotten out of hand, and they're trying to get it back, and they have to be careful on how they do it. So